This video introduces the embryo development and implantation process. When the menstrual cycle begins, a collection of follicles begins to grow. At around day 7, only one follicle, known as the dominant follicle, continues to develop, inside which is an immature egg. This follicle continues to grow daily by 1 to 2 millimeters, producing estrogen, which causes the thickening of the lining of the uterus, the endometrium. At around day 12 to 14, the maturing follicle, now around 21 millimeters in size, releases a burst of estrogen into the blood, sparking the release of a luteinizing hormone which gives the follicle a growth spurt. In turn, the follicle releases chemicals that encourage the nearby fallopian tube to move closer and surround the follicle. The follicle swells until it bursts open, ejecting the mature egg. Small finger-like protrusions at the end of the fallopian tube, called fimbriae, sweep across the burst follicle and pick up the egg. The egg is transported to the entrance of the fallopian tube, and once inside the walls of the fallopian tube, muscle contractions push the egg gently towards the uterus. It is at this point in the embryo development and implantation process that sexual intercourse can result in a naturally conceived pregnancy. The semen in the vagina ascends into the fallopian tube towards the egg, and fertilization occurs when one sperm successfully penetrates into the egg's interior. 24 hours after fertilization, a 2-cell stage embryo can be observed. This embryo will continue to divide itself as it moves along the fallopian tube in the direction of the uterus. After 4 days of continuing to divide itself, the interior of the embryo, now called the morula, has an area filled with liquid called the blastocyst. Implantation occurs when the blastocyst migrates to the uterus, sheds the surrounding membrane, the zona pellucida, and begins to implant itself in the endometrium of the uterus. Thank you for watching this video at www.ivfpatiented.com.